Imagine this, it is 10 in the morning, you pour your second cup of coffee and reach into the pantry for a little sweet treat. A biscuit, a pastry, a spoon of honey in your tea. It feels harmless. It feels like a small reward for getting through the morning. But somewhere inside your body right now, something is happening that you cannot see and cannot feel. A slow burning fire is starting in the walls of your pipes. Rust is beginning to gather on the inside of your copper plumbing. The fuel gauge on your energy meter is dipping lower than it should. And none of it hurts. That is the cruel trick of sugar after 60. The damage happens in silence. It builds for years. And by the time the loud symptoms arrive, you are already in the emergency room exactly where you never wanted to be. Stay with me for the next 15 minutes, because I am about to walk you through a 14-day plan that has the power to quietly reverse a great deal of that invisible damage. You are not alone in this. Thousands of seniors just like us have already taken this step. And if you choose to take it with us starting tomorrow morning, your body will not just thank you. It will show you, with new energy, new numbers and new mornings, what it actually feels like to feel young again. Before we go any further, please make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Our weekly senior health plans are designed to build on each other. Missing one means missing a piece of the puzzle that could protect the next 10 years of your life. Now let me show you exactly what sugar is doing behind your walls. Picture your body as a house. Inside that house, every wall is lined with copper pipes. Your heart is the boiler that pumps warm water through those pipes. Your brain is the control panel. Your joints are the hinges on every door. For most of your life, the water flowing through those pipes was clean. It carried oxygen, vitamins, and the fuel your cells needed to keep every room in your house alive and warm. But somewhere in your 50s, and almost certainly in your 60s, the quality of the fuel you put into the system changed. Not because you did anything wrong. Because the modern world quietly replaced clean fuel with something far more dangerous. White sugar. Hidden sugar. Sugar inside bread, inside salad dressing, inside the yogurt you thought was healthy, inside the morning juice you gave your grandchildren for years without a second thought. When sugar enters your bloodstream in large amounts, it does not behave like slow-burning fuel, it behaves like a blowtorch. It scorches the inner walls of every pipe it touches. Doctors call that scorching process glycation. Glycation stiffens the walls of your arteries, it makes them less flexible, it makes them slightly sticky, and once they become sticky, the rust begins to gather. That rust is cholesterol, that rust is calcium. That rust is the plaque that eventually leads to the chest pain, the stent, the bypass, the sudden fall in the middle of the night. None of it begins with a bang. It begins with one biscuit, one soda, one morning after another, until one day the rust has built so high that the water can barely flow through. And the boiler has to work 3 times harder to push it. That is high blood pressure. That is the silent threat no one warned you about. If any of this is sounding familiar to you, drop a number in the comments right now. I want to know who is still watching and ready for what comes next. Because what comes next is where the good news truly begins. Let me bring in the science. A landmark review published in JAMA Internal Medicine followed more than 100,000 adults over a span of 15 years. The researchers found that those who consumed the highest amounts of added sugar were nearly 3 times more likely to die from heart disease than those who consumed the least. A separate study published in the New England Journal of Medicine highlighted the direct connection between excess sugar and elevated triglycerides, the dangerous fats in your blood that thicken the water inside your pipes. The Harvard School of Public Health has affirmed that the average American senior consumes more than 3 times the daily recommended limit of added sugar without even realizing it. 3 times, not because they are eating candy bars every day, but because sugar has hidden itself inside nearly every packaged product on the grocery store shelf. That is the trap, and that is also the opportunity, because the moment you begin to see the trap, you can begin to dismantle it. Now I want to introduce you to Alina. Alina is a fictional patient I have created based on the real stories I have witnessed in my clinic for over 23 years. She is 67, a retired librarian from Arizona and a proud grandmother of 4. For most of her adult life, Alina thought of herself as a healthy eater. She avoided fried food, she ate fruit, she walked 4 times a week. But Alina also believed that her morning glass of orange juice was harmless. She thought her afternoon granola bar was a smart snack. She thought a small bowl of low-fat yogurt with honey was a virtuous choice. And every evening, she ended dinner with a single square of dark chocolate she earned from her good day. None of those choices looked like a sugar problem. None of them felt like a sugar problem. But when I added up the teaspoons hidden inside those everyday rituals, Alina was consuming more than 18 teaspoons of added sugar each day. That is 6 times what her aging metabolism was designed to handle. After years of this quiet, polite, invisible overload, Elena arrived at her checkup with a blood pressure of 162/94. Her fasting blood sugar was 112. Her triglycerides were dangerously elevated. Her ankles were slightly swollen every evening, and her energy was so flat she had stopped gardening, the hobby that had defined her retirement. That is what sugar does to a beautiful life when it goes unnoticed. If you find this kind of honest, straight-talking refreshing, this is exactly the place where real talk about senior health happens every single week. Subscribe and join us. We are building something here, and you belong inside it. Now let me walk you through what happens inside your body the moment you stop the added sugar for 14 days. This is where it gets exciting, because nature responds with shocking speed once you remove the insult. On day 1 and day 2, nothing dramatic will happen on the surface. Your tongue may even feel a little restless. That is normal. Your taste buds, which have been bathed in a concentrated sweet signal for years, are recalibrating. Inside, however, the blowtorch is being turned off. Your blood sugar spikes stop, your insulin stops surging, and the cells that line the inner wall of your copper pipes begin slowly to release their grip on the rust. By day 3, most people notice they wake up with fewer midnight trips to the bathroom. That is your kidneys thanking you. By day 5, the morning fog begins to lift, words come back faster, names come back easier. Letters from your grandchild do not feel quite so overwhelming. By day 7, the inflammation in your joints has measurably softened. A study published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology found that cutting added sugar for just 9 days reduced inflammatory markers in the blood by nearly 30%. 30%. In 9 days. By day 10, your energy through the afternoon is steady and calm. That mid-afternoon crash that sends you to the couch for 2 hours is gone. The liver, freed from the constant job of processing sugar, is now managing your energy more intelligently. By day 14, the visible changes are real. Your waist measurement has shrunk by half an inch to a full inch, your face looks less puffy, your skin has a quiet glow. Your blood work, if your doctor runs it, will show a meaningful drop in triglycerides and a meaningful rise in your good HDL cholesterol. That is not hype. That is physiology. That is the body using the right fuel at last. Before I give you the exact step-by-step plan, let me ask you something. Who in your family needs to hear this? Your brother, your sister, your spouse, that one friend who tells you every week that they are exhausted and cannot figure out why. Share this video with them right now. The single greatest gift we can give each other after 60 is not money. It is time, it is health, it is more years on this earth to hold each other. The share button is right below this video. Use it. Here is the 14-day plan, step by step. Step 1, for the next 14 days, eliminate every obvious added sugar. That means no table sugar, no honey, no syrup, no sugary drinks, no candy, no pastries, no donuts, no ice cream, no sweetened yogurt, no chocolate milk, no fruit juice, no granola bars, no breakfast cereals with sugar in the first 3 ingredients. Write that list down. Stick it on your refrigerator. Step 2, read every label for the next 14 days. Sugar hides under more than 50 different names in modern food. Sucrose, dextrose, maltose, high fructose corn syrup, cane juice, evaporated cane juice, rice syrup, agave nectar, coconut sugar. If any of those words appear in the first 3 ingredients of a product, put it back on the shelf. Step 3, do not replace sugar with artificial sweeteners. I know that sounds tempting. But research published in The Lancet suggests that artificial sweeteners confuse the same insulin pathways as sugar and do not deliver the long-term results you want. The only acceptable replacement for added sugar during these 14 days is whole fruit, a small apple, a handful of berries, half a banana. Nature packaged those sweet molecules with fiber which slows them into your bloodstream gently. Step 4, eat real protein at every meal. Eggs at bria. Fast, chicken or fish at lunch, beans or lentils at dinner. Protein stabilizes your blood sugar and removes the desperate sweet cravings that derail most people by day 4. Step 5, eat healthy fat at every meal. Olive oil, avocado, nuts, seeds. Fatty fat does the opposite of what the lie of the 90s taught you. It does not make you fat, it balances your hormones, calms your cravings, and gives your brain the building blocks it needs. Step 6, walk for 20 minutes after your largest meal of the day. Walking uses the sugar in your bloodstream immediately and prevents the after-dinner spike that does most of the damage. Step 7, drink 1 extra glass of water at every meal. Hydration is the unsung hero of every detox the body performs. Step 8, sleep 7 to 8 hours. Sugar disrupts sleep, but a sugar-free body rebuilds sleep architecture in just 3 to 4 days, and your brain will thank you. Step 9, do not weigh yourself until day 8. The first week is mostly inflammation leaving your tissues. The real weight change begins in week 2. Step 10. Tell one supportive person in your life what you are doing. Accountability doubles your success rate. Step 11. Plan your meals before you get hungry. Hunger is where decisions die. Step 12. Forgive yourself for any slip. A single spoon of honey does not undo 14 days of healing. Step 13. Repeat the plan monthly. One 14-day reset every month keeps the rust from gathering again. Step 14. After the 14 days are complete, schedule a checkup with your doctor. Run the blood work, see the numbers, celebrate them. Now you are probably wondering what happened to Alina. 2 weeks after she began this exact plan, Alina returned to her kitchen and opened her granola bar. She read the label. She read the word sugar 4 times. She put it back in the pantry and walked out into her garden. By day 10, she was back to planting tomatoes. By day 14, her blood pressure had dropped to 134/82. By month 2, her triglycerides had plummeted by nearly 40%. By month 3, she was hosting her grandchildren for sleepovers without needing a nap the next day. She looked at me across the examination table and said, "I thought I was falling apart. I was not. I was being poisoned politely. No one had just told me the truth." That sentence lives inside my chest every single day. Because no senior should go through what Alina went through, and millions go through it every day, simply because no one took the time to say what I have just said to you. Now let me address 3 myths I hear every single week. The first myth is that sugar is sugar, so fruit juice must be fine. It is not fine. Fruit juice is fiber-stripped sugar. It enters the bloodstream almost as fast as soda. The better choice is always the whole fruit. The second myth is that a small daily dessert cannot possibly cause harm. A single square of chocolate every evening may not destroy you on its own, but combined with bread, cereal, yogurt and juice, it pushes the average senior well past the safe limit. The third myth is that natural sugars are safer than refined sugars. They are not. Honey and agave still spike blood sugar. They still trigger insulin. They still glycate the arterial walls. During your 14-day reset, the only sweet thing your bloodstream should meet is the gentle sweetness of whole fruit. Now I need to share something serious with you. There are warning signs that should never be self-treated with diet alone. Please call your doctor right away if you ever experience sudden crushing chest pain or shortness of breath at rest. Please seek care promptly if you experience unexplained weight loss of more than 10 pounds over 3 months without trying. Please make an appointment if you notice persistent numbness or tingling in your hands or feet that is getting worse. Please get evaluated if you experience sudden blurred vision in one eye that does not clear within hours. Please be seen if you notice any new persistent lump anywhere on your body. The vast majority of viewers of this video will not have any of these symptoms. The vast majority will simply experience the joyful return of energy, clarity and ease. But responsible advice means I must draw the line clearly. This video is for daily prevention and gentle restoration. It is not a substitute for a clinician who knows your full picture. Stay with me because this is the most important thing I will say in this entire video. Your body is not broken. Your body has been carrying a hidden weight for years. Quiet inflammation, quiet rust, quiet damage. And every single day you remove a source of that weight, your body begins to rebuild. 14 days may not seem like a long time, but 14 days is enough to flip a switch in your metabolism. 14 days is enough to restore your morning energy. 14 days is enough to drop your blood pressure. Refresh your sleep, soften your joints and bring your mind back. You do not need a pill to do this. You do not need a clinic to do this. You do not need to spend a single extra dollar to do this. You only need the decision. A quiet, private, powerful decision you make tomorrow morning when you walk past the sugar bowl and reach instead for a glass of water and a piece of whole fruit. That decision is the first brick in your new house. That decision is the beginning of the next 10 years of your life. You deserve more than a lifetime of polite, gentle, invisible poisoning. You deserve clarity. You deserve energy. You deserve mornings that feel like mornings again. And you deserve to feel proud of the body you live in. If this video gave you something powerful today, please do 4 things for me. First, hit the like button. It costs you nothing and it tells YouTube this kind of honest senior content deserves to reach more lives. Second, subscribe to this channel so you never miss the next weekly plan. Third, share this video with the one person you love most in this world. Fourth, hit the bell icon so YouTube notifies you the moment a new video drops. We are building, week by week, a library of senior health plans no one ever bothered to teach us. Plans that respect your age, plans that honor your wisdom, plans that return your agency. You are not a passenger in this journey, you are the driver, and I am honored to be riding alongside you. Tomorrow morning please leave the sugar behind, your body will do the rest.